Life and death. It is obligatory to believe in the existence of the ruh, soul or spirit. Allah kept its reality hidden from us, and therefore we refrain from attempting to discover its reality, for that is futile. It cannot be achieved. Allah said to His Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, وَيَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الرُّوحِ قُلِ الرُّوحُ مِنْ أَمْرِ رَبِّي وَمَا أُوتِيتُم مِّنَ الْعِلْمِ إِلَّا قَلِيلًا. O Muhammad, they ask you about the soul. Say, the soul is a matter whose reality is known only to Allah, and you have not been given knowledge about it except a little. Among what we know about it is that it is a subtle body, so it's not dense, thick. It's like light. Subtle means like light, like air. It is a subtle body that cannot be grasped by the human hand. It's too soft. But the angel takes hold of it by his hand. He's able to. It is created, this soul, and whoever says it is eternal blasphemes. But it does not come to an end. Our souls are everlasting. After Allah created Adam, He made the souls of his descendants come out of his back. He made them speak, and they confessed to the Godhood of Allah, as mentioned in the chapter of accountability. Then, when they came out of their mothers' bellies, they remained on that state, the state that the soul had. How was the soul when it confessed? When the baby comes out, he comes out like how the soul was when the soul confessed to monotheism. When they came out of their mothers' bellies, they remained on that state they had when they confessed, when the souls confessed, but without recollection of the event. Because, as it is said, when the soul merges with the flesh, when the angel blows the soul into the fetus, and then the soul fuses with the flesh, then the soul will forget everything. After that, some learn correct belief and grow up with it, and some learn blasphemy and grow up with it, making some of his slaves believers and others blasphemers, as he said, هو الذي خلقكم فمنكم كافر ومنكم مؤمن. He it is who created you, and among you is who is a disbeliever, and among you is who is a believer, and there's no third category. Allah made it natural that life is sustained in bodies as long as that subtle body is fused with them, with those bodies. Life leaves the body if that subtle body leaves it. That's when the angel will come, take your soul out, and then what will be left is just a dead husk, a dead body with no soul. وَسُبْحَانَ اللَّهِ وَبِحَمْدِهِ. Allah made life and death to show His slaves who is better than the other. That's the meaning of لِيَبْلُوَكُمْ أَيُّكُمْ أَحْسَنُ عَمَلًا الَّذِي خَلَقَ الْمَوْتَ وَالْحَيَاةَ لِيَبْلُوَكُمْ أَيُّكُمْ أَحْسَنُ عَمَلًا. The one who created death and life to test you. Which of you is better indeed? Which of you is better in action? Yani, which of you is more obedient to God? Who is thankful and who is ungrateful and denying of the endowments of his Lord? Allah said, إِمَّا شَاكِرًا وَإِمَّا كَفُورًا. Either a thankful believer or a very blasphemous denier of the endowments of his Lord. The present life is not suitable to be the general abode of compensation. Instead, it has been made the abode of toil. That means work until death. That's how this dunya is. When Adam was in paradise, he didn't have to work. He didn't have to do anything. He didn't have to cook. He didn't have to build a house. All he had to do there was enjoy. But then when he came down to Earth, Earth is not like the garden. So here in this life, things don't happen like that. So then he had to, yani, in this world, things don't happen like that. So he had to do what? Build his own place, make his own clothing, and work. Alayhi salatu wassalam. And then he taught that to his children. And his children, including us, that's all we know. We don't know the life of paradise like he did. Death was made to be a transfer to the afterlife, in which all will be resurrected for the compensation that agrees with what was done to earn it. The compensation that agrees with what was done to earn it, to earn that compensation. Jaza'an wifaqa, a fitting compensation. He will give you rewards that match your good deeds, and he will give you punishments that match your sins. It is only the afterlife that has been assigned as the abode of compensation. Because the test for the people of the present life is to believe in the oneness and to believe in the unseen and to accept being charged with obligations and prohibitions and to refrain from blasphemy by the signs and proofs, not by seeing paradise or hell. Let me repeat that, very important there. The test for the people of the present life, the test is to believe in the oneness of God and to believe in the unseen and to accept being charged with obligations and prohibitions and to refrain from blasphemy. That's the test. How that's a test? Because here you are in the dunya able to do what you want to do. Like maybe if you want right now, you can get up and go out of your house, or you can go make food, or you can do whatever you want to do. Nobody's forcing you. So nobody's forcing you to believe. And not only that, normally you weren't even given some supernatural indication of what you should believe in. So then, how do you know what to believe in and what to do? That's the test. Here, this part can sum up all of it. To believe in the unseen. The test of the dunya is to believe in the unseen. To believe in the ghaib. By evidence, not by nothing, by evidence. Not by seeing paradise or hell. Because if you saw paradise with your own eyes, or hell with your own eyes, then you're going to believe. So that's not the same. It doesn't happen in the dunya because there's a test that we have to pass. If you saw the angels with your own eyes, you would believe in them. So Allah made all of that unseen to us, but gave us the proofs for it. Furthermore, the evidence shows that belief is an unending obligation. Belief is an unending obligation, constant. Even the prayer, you pray 5 times a day, but it stops, right? You say Assalamu alaikum, then you stop praying. You fast, then you break your fast. But for belief, cannot stop. Always. So the evidence shows that belief is an unending obligation and that blasphemy is an unending prohibition, it's never permissible. And the evidence shows that the compensation for both should be unending. So if the obligation of believing is unending and the prohibition of disbelieving is unending, then the payment for both of them should be then unending. If someone asks, why does Allah torture them with such a severe, endless punishment? The answer is, they did not fulfill the greatest right of Allah. And for that, He made their compensation that they would perpetually experience that unending torture. Their intention was to remain on blasphemy, and they did so until they died. And so their punishment matches their crime, a torment that remains. Also, Also, if his punishment was not so severe, then look at the slaves of Allah now. Despite the warning of his severe punishment, most of them still don't believe. Despite the warning of the severe, how severe the punishment is, most of them still don't believe. Despite the severity, the warning of how severe that punishment is, even his believing slaves will still disobey him despite the severity of that. So then it is becoming that the torture of Allah is severe, severe. Some people say, I hate the way religion frightens people. So you got warning. Allah warned you. You got a warning. And not just that, but even the human beings frighten each other. They warn each other. They'll tell you, like, I saw on the bus, if you get a gun, they're going to put you in jail for 5 years. So they're warning you. So where's the problem? Had the everlasting compensation been in the present life, then the trial of believing by choice would be invalid. Yeah, Yani, you might be saying to yourself, okay, well, what's the point here? Why there's a test and we have to believe in the unseen? Why didn't Allah give us something seen? And then we would believe by seeing, because Allah Ta'ala, He commands us to believe by choice, by mere unadulterated choice, your willing choice to do so. So things were made unseen for us. Then, if you did believe, you believed because you chose to willingly, not because you saw an angel who scared you. You were so scared that you had to believe, not because you saw paradise and hell, so you couldn't deny your eyes, and that's why you believed. Rather, you believed not by that, but by a choice to do so. He said, not necessarily. There is ayah in the Quran says otherwise. It says, even if the angels were to come in their true form, people would still deny. And I don't know this ayah. I know the ayah that says that if the angels came down to them, they would not believe unless Allah willed. That's in Surah Al-An'am. Yes, that's true. They wouldn't believe unless Allah willed. Yes. But that's not denying really what we're saying. We're talking here in normal case, yani, if a person saw the angel there and he told them, become a Muslim, be a Muslim, or if a person saw paradise or hell, he will become a Muslim. Now, of course, if Allah willed, he won't. There's no argument there. The point here is we have to believe without seeing it, even that, even this which we are just supposing, we have to believe without seeing that. Then wa alaikum salam, 1 second. Then, though, also here, those, if the angels came down to them and they didn't believe, then they're being stubborn. So they're going to be punished for that. Had the everlasting compensation been in the present life, then the trial of believing by choice would be invalid because one would be compelled to believe by actually witnessing the torture. The definitive evidence shows that belief upon witnessing one's destruction Belief upon witnessing one's destruction does not benefit. Yani, it's not valid. You're only believing because now you saw the doom. Thus, the compensation shall be in the abode of everlastingness. Allah said, Maliki Yawmiddin, the owner of the day of compensation, the day of reckoning. Wa subhanallahi wa bihamdih.